Hi everybody, it's Chef Carol, and today we're going to be doing our first observation in our Field Scientist Journal. And this observation is going to be glued inside our Cook Grow Journal, but we'll get to that in a minute. Today we're going to go on a listening walk, and we're going to make predictions about what we think we're going to hear. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw something called a T chart. It's actually a lowercase t. I'm going to do a line down the middle and a vertical line, and then I'm going to do a horizontal line across. And on the top here, I'm going to put predict. Predict is the word to talk about what I think I'm going to hear. You can predict what you want to smell, all kinds of things, but today we're talking about what we hear when we listen. And on the other side of the T chart, I'm going to put what I actually hear, or if you wanted to, you could also call that outcomes. So let me think for a second. What do I think I'm going to hear on my listening walk? I think I'm going to hear people. And if you don't want to write the words, you could always draw pictures. Even stick people like that. I think I'm going to hear an airplane. I think I might hear birds. I think I might hear the water because you know what? My home is actually on a boat. So I'm going to hear water splashing. And on a boat, you hear different sounds than you hear in other places that you live. I think I predict that I am going to hear, maybe the wind. I wonder if I can hear the wind. So I'm going to open up my Cook Grow Journal for a moment, and I already have a page where I've written in listening walk. And when I am finished our predictions today, I'm going to be taping this inside my journal. But for now, I'm going to leave this here because I really want to focus on my hearing, and I don't want to bring my paper with me. So away we go. Aren't these pretty flowers? I'll just give you a little view of where I am. And off we go on my listening walk. Go down the stairs. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking. I just want to listen. I'm going to stop right here for a second, and I'm going to close my eyes and see if my eyes are closed, whether my sense of hearing is heightened or not. I'm going to walk all the way to the end of this dock here and see what I hear. Close my eyes again. All right. Now you can go on a much longer listening walk if you like. I'm just going on a short walk today because I'm just explaining to you how to do this observation. Coming back to my boat, and I'm going to come up the stairs, and I am going to continue with my entry on how to make my observation. So here we go. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my predictions. I did hear some people very, very quietly, so I'm going to check that off. I didn't hear an airplane on my walk, but I can actually hear one now, but I'm going to cross that off. I didn't hear any birds. I could hear the water a little. I did not hear the wind, but do you know what I did hear, which I did not expect to hear? I could hear my sandals. I could hear my feet walking. That's okay if I make a mistake. I'll just say my sandals when I was walking. The other thing I heard that I didn't expect is I could hear the dock creaking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this in or tape it into my Cook Crow journal. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape, but you could also use glue. If you had a paper clip, you could also use a paper clip to attach it into your Cook Crow journal. And if you wanted to, you could add a picture. This morning when I was out for my walk, I collected something really pretty. So I thought it would be nice to actually glue that, make it part of my, I'm going to tape it on, make it part of my tea chart. You can see I've got my doggy Floydie's hair. I also collected these really, really pretty flowers. And I thought what I would do with these is I'm going to put them in my collection envelope over here where I'm collecting leaves and things in my Cook Grow journal. So I'm going to go back to my Listen Walk page, and I wanted to explain something else to you. When I made these observations today using my sense of hearing, I was making qualitative observations. That means they're my observations based on what I was listening to. If you wanted to make an observation using something to record the sounds, that would be a tool like a tape recorder or your phone. That would be called a quantitative observation. So today these were just qualitative observations. And that is how you make an observation. But I almost forgot the most important part of the lesson. Before you make your predictions, we're actually going to write down the date, the time, the location, and the weather. So I want you to take a close look at how I did this. So a field scientist, when they're actually in the field making observations, it's very important that they record the date, the time, the location, and the weather. And if you notice, when you record the time, you could record it as real numbers using your watch, or you could record it just telling us what time you think it is. If you used a watch, that would be called a quantitative observation because you used a tool. So both of these are great depending on what grade the children are in. And that's all for now. We'll see you later. Bye.